السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. Alhamdulillah, thumma alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us tawfiq to come to His house. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our coming here, sitting here. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our fasting. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept the efforts of those people who are serving for those who are fasting. The brothers are working, mashallah. There are sisters working in the house. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept all of their efforts. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. पूरी सूरह फातिहा की तफसीर करना तो मुश्किल है मुख्तसर वक्त में. I want to make sure that I'm able to finish everything in about half an hour. So skipping the translation of the verses of Surah Fatiha, whatever comes as a direct message, whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala puts in my heart, inshallah, we'll share that with you. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give me the tawfiq to say the right thing, using the correct words, and give me the tawfiq to bring it into my own action, and as well as we make dua that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us all, whoever is listening to this, give us tawfiq to bring it in our practice. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. This morning we read one of the books written by Hazrat. The name of the book is Nisbato Ihsan. And as I was doing mutala for doing tafsir or taking points out for Surah Fatiha, every ayah, including Bismillah, we don't want to go into the details of if Bismillah is part of Surah Fatiha or not. That's something that they discuss in Madaaris. Every ayah, including Bismillah, Ta'awudh, which means A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitanir Rajeem, Tasmiyah, which means Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, and the ayahs that are coming after Ta'awudh and Tasmiyah, all of each one of those ayah confirm the message that we received from the book that was written by Hazrat that we did the ta'aleem of this morning. So inshallah I'm going to connect. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give me the tawfiq to do it the right way, inshallah. The book is titled Nisbato Ihsan. Nisbat and Ihsan in very short form, and considering the time, I'm only going to define it, is a term that Sufiyai Kiram use to describe the connection of a person with his creator. This is called Nisbat and this is called Ihsan. Nisbat and Ihsan are the two terms used to define our connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The stronger the Nisbat and the Ihsan that we have, the stronger connection we have with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ihsan, as defined in Hadeeth Ihsan and also known as Hadeeth Jibreel, long hadith, I don't want to go into the detail of that. Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam came to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam and asked, Ya Rasulullah, what is Ihsan? He asked 5 questions. One of them was, what is Ihsan? Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, An ta'bud Allah ka'annaka tarah, fa'in lam takun tarah fa'innahu yarak. That you worship Allah as if you are seeing Him. فَإِن لَمْ تَكُنْ تَرَاهُ, if you don't see Him, if you cannot see Him, if you don't have that kind of nisbat, if your connection is not that strong that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is hazir and nazir, All of the times. He's in your heart, He's in your sight, He's in your actions. Before you take any move, Allah is there. Well, remember, He's there and He's seeing you. So, again, I don't want to go away from the message of Quran, just trying to define nisbat and ihsan. Is our connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is known as nisbat and ihsan. And ihsan, as we just heard from the hadith of Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam defined ihsan as, ihsan is also known as, we use the word ihsan for having a favor. भाई आप मेरे ऊपर एक एहसान कर सकते हैं, या मैंने आपके ऊपर ये एहसान किया था, या आपका ये एहसान मुझे याद। एहसान का मतलब होता है फेवर करना, किसी के ऊपर कोई, किसी के साथ कोई भलाई का काम करना, ये उसके साथ एहसान है। अरबी में हदीस जिब्राइल में एहसान की तारीफ ये बयान की गई है कि अन तअबुदल्लाह, that you worship Allah, or in other riwayah an ta'mala lillah, that you do amal for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as if you're seeing Him, as if He's in front of you. If you cannot do that, then know that He is there to see you. Let's connect this ta'rif of nisbat and ihsan with ta'awwud, tasmiyah and Surah Fatihah. Ta'awwud is a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, and tasmiyah is bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Briefly, when we are reciting ta'awwud, we are handing over our trust on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He is the only one who is going to protect us from all the harms that are coming in any form and shape, specifically through shaitan. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, मैं पनाह मांगता हूँ अल्लाह के नाम से, अल्लाह की पनाह, अल्लाह से पनाह मांगता हूँ शैतान मरदूद से. This is our connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How so? When I have a problem in our worldly affairs, I will discuss it to my parents, with my parents. That's our connection, right? We know that they are here to help us. When I have a physical problem, I have a connection with my doctor, with my tabib. And however strong that connection is with my doctor, that's how much I will go back to him working and discussing my physical issues. ऐसा ही है ना? ऐसा ही है ना? If you're not connected with your doctor, you're not going to call him. And remember, having a good connection with your doctor is an asset for your health. Make that connection. Don't ignore that connection. Having a good connection with your doctor is an asset for your health. Make that connection. Don't ignore it. If I have that connection, I'm going to pick up the phone, I'm going to text him, I'm going to email him, and I will wait. And the stronger the connection that he has with me, that's how soon he will respond to me. Right? This is nisbat. This is, I have nisbat with my doctor. I have nisbat with my parents. I have nisbat with my siblings, with my brothers and sisters. I have a problem, I will call my older brother and say, I have this problem. Can you please help? He will rush to provide any help that he can, that is in his power, right? Because of the connection that we have. So when we are reciting A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitanir Rajim, we are creating a connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, saying that, Ya Allah, there are so many harms out there, including specifically harms from shaitan. Please protect me. Right? This is our connection. And it needs to build our connection even more when we recite Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Because when we are reciting Bismillah, when we are reciting Tasmiyah, we are saying to Allah, Ya Allah, not only that you are my Rabb, that you are Allah, that you are all powerful, that you can protect me, that you can protect all the harms from coming towards me, you're also Rahman and Rahim. You're kind, you're merciful, you benefit your creation. Right? Through the teachings of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we've learned that we should be starting everything with Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Everything. You know, if we were to sincerely act upon this teaching of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, if we were to sincerely have this consciousness of reading Bismillah on everything that we do, insha'Allah, with the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, multiple things will happen in our life. Things that are going to harm us in our akhirah, like, you know, I'm going to go and steal something from your house, but I have a habit of saying Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Now let's recite Bismillah and sit in the car to go steal the money. Seriously, is that going to happen? Right away you're conscious of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's presence. You're like, I'm saying Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, I'm reminding myself of Allah, while at the same time I need to remind myself that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is watching me. Right? So you stop right there. That's why I said that if you were to be conscious of reciting Bismillah with everything that we do, inshallah, many things that are going to harm us in our akhirah, the barakah of Bismillah, it will prevent us. Say that you are going to do some favor upon someone. As soon as you remind yourself of Bismillah, through Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, like, you know, I was going to do this, maybe I can take one extra step because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is rewarding me for this one favor. If I just do this much more, I will get more reward. Right? This is nisbat and ihsan. This is through A'udhu Billah and Bismillah, we are creating our connection with our Creator. Aren't we? Right? That's why I said that when I was doing mutala, because I was blessed to have read this book this morning, I was doing mutala for Surah Fatihah and I was like, I think I'm finding nisbat and ihsan in everything from A to Z in Surah Fatihah. And there's more. This is my limited sight that was only able to get that message. There's more, inshallah. Moving forward, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. This is also a sign of our, a reminder for our connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All praise are for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All praise are for Allah. And it's not only all praise are for Allah, all praise are only for Allah. Sirf Allah hi ke liye tareef. तारीफ के लायक ही सिर्फ अल्लाह है, इसीलिए अल्लाह सुब्हानहू व तआला बंदगी के लायक भी है। मैं तारीफ के लायक क्या हूँगा? आज मैं आपके साथ एक बुरा काम कर दूं, सारी तारीफ खत्म। ऐसे होता है। आज एक बुराई आ जाए, तारीफ खत्म। और अल्लाह ताला के साथ कोई बुराई है ही नहीं। Allah Ta'ala, though we have reminded ourselves, is only Rahman and Rahim. He's only kind. He's only merciful. Look, remind ourselves of this month. Shahrul Rahmah. Wa huwa shahrun awwaluhu rahmah. Allah is Rahman. Mahina bhi rahmat ka. देने वाला भी रहमान है और जो वो है वो दे रहा है. دینے کے لیے بیٹھا ہوا ہے. بھائی اللہ تعالیٰ معاف کرنے کے لیے آئے ہیں. اللہ تعالیٰ نے یہ مہینہ بنایا ہی معاف کرنے کے لیے ہے. اللہ تعالیٰ نے یہ مہینہ سزا دینے کے لیے نہیں بنایا. اللہ تعالیٰ نے ہمارے لوٹنے کے لیے بنایا یہ مہینہ. اس میں ہم جتنا لوٹ سکیں, پڑھ کر, قرآن پڑھ کر, مسجد میں بیٹھ کر, مسجد میں اعتکاف کر کے, سو کر, اپنی زبان کو قابو میں رکھ کر, however we can, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is there to give it to us. Because He is Rahman and because this month is of Rahmah. And this is what Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rahim is. So we don't forget that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Rahman and Rahim, and then I can do, sometimes we become so, we abuse the privilege sometimes. We abuse the privilege. We are reminded of the fact that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Rahman and Rahim, but at the same time, if we abuse this, and we forget about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we live our life against the ahkam of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Maliki Yawmiddin. Allah Malik hai. Qiyamah kyun aayegi? What is the purpose of Qiyamah? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is able to do justice with how we have lived our life in this world. If we have done wrong with other people, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will do justice. If we have been wronged from other people, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will do justice. The one who does justice, what is the title of that person? He's not called Malik. What is he called? He's called Qazi. He's called the judge. Does a judge have a right to do anything he wants? No, he doesn't. He has a code that he must follow. If he doesn't follow that code, what happens? You're fired. Right? That's judge. What is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the day of judgment? Is he a judge? Does he have to follow a code? He doesn't have to follow a code. What is he? Malik, owner. This is my bench. What can I do with this? I can give it to you as a gift. I can sell it to you for X amount of dollars. I can keep it to myself and not allow anyone to touch it. I can keep it all covered and not let anyone even see it, because it's my bench. Nobody dictates how I do it, what I do with this bench, correct? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is free of any dictation now and even on the day of judgment, on the day of judgment as well. And He will have, He's the Malik, He's the owner on the day of judgment. If He wants, He will forgive us. Again, this is our connection. This is reminding us of our connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, our nisbat and ihsan with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the day of judgment, He is Malik. Ya Allah, you are Rahim, you are Rahman. Right? I have done so many wrong things with others. I have done so many wrong things with myself. I have violated your rights. Ya Allah, but you are Malik. You don't live by code. Ya Allah, you are free of any code. This is my connection with my Rabb. This ayah is reminding us to make a connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in both ways. One, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Malik on the day of judgment. This is reminding us of on the day of judgment, right? But at the same time, it is also bringing a connection, a nisbat, a kayfiyat, a feeling of ihsan with my Creator, with me, between me and my Rabb, that He is Malik. Ya Allah, I've done so many wrong things. Ya Allah, you're the Malik. You don't live by any code. You'll forgive me. You will see my weakness and you will let me go. Ya Allah, the people that I have done wrong with, Ya Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you know I'm weak. On the day of judgment, it is in your control how you please them. I can't please them here, how can I please them on the day of judgment, right? But Allah can. This is my connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we need to build that connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through Surah Fatiha. How many times we recite Surah Fatiha in a day? We don't even know. This is such an important surah that, you know something? You can recite Salah, you can read Salah, reading any surah. You can read Surah Ikhlas, you can read Surah Baqarah, but if you don't read Surah Fatiha, you're going to have to repeat that Salah. It's such an important surah. Why? Because this surah creates a connection between me and my Rabb. This surah creates a connection between you, the creation, and your Creator. And to make that connection stronger and stronger, so many times we have been reminded to read Surah Fatiha. I don't even know how many times we read. I know that there are 17 altogether, the 2 and the 4, and the 4 again and the 3, right? And then 4 and then the 3 again, the witr. All of that equals to 17. So 17 times, 17 रकात हो गई ना दिन की, ऐसे ही हो गए ना भाई, 17 मरतबा तो पढ़ना ही है. उसके अलावा सुन्नतें हैं, फिर नवाफिल हैं. So how many times we have been reminded to recite this surah? For many reasons, but one reason that comes to our mind is that to create a connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, ta'alluq ma'allah, and to increase it day by day. Reading this surah with ikhlas, with sincerity, inshallah will bring us to that level of kafiyat, level of iman, level of nisbat, level of ihsan. When we are doing something for Allah, when we are worshipping Allah as if Allah is in front of us. This is attainable, or else if it was not attainable, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam will never mention it. Right? This level of ihsan, this level of connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is obtainable. We can achieve it. If it was not achievable, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam would never mention it. Right? Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'een. Another ayah, strengthening our connection, reminding us about our connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Only you we worship. What is worship? Abd. Worship is worship. One is being slave. We worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because we are slaves of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And a slave completely depends on his master. We depend on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Again, when we read this with sincerity, with the muraqabah of our status and the status of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we realize that we are a slave and He is the master, and a slave only depends on Allah, right there we build that connection, that ta'alluq ma'allah, वो निस्बत और वो ihsan जिसका मुतालबा किया गया है, which is matloob, which is required from us. इय्याका नअबुदु व इय्याका नस्तईन. What is nasta'in? Nasta'in is मदद तलब करना. हम आप ही से मदद तलब करते हैं. Brother Sham, I will ask you for things, for help in many things. I will ask you, please can you give me a ride home? I need something done. I'm unable to do it. Can you please take it? But I will make sure to mention things that are important to me. So this way I know that you're able to do it. If any here and there stuff, if I will tell you and I will ask you to help me out in this, a time will come when you will get tired. Right? So I'll keep myself limited to important things that I know that I can ask you for that. And you will do it. The most important thing that we need help in from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is what? What is that, Maulana? Maulana Sahib, सबसे ज्यादा जरूरी चीज जिसमें हमें अल्लाह ताला की मदद की जरूरत है वो क्या है? I want everyone to think. سب سے زیادہ ضروری چیز جس میں ہمیں اللہ کی رہنمائی کی ضرورت ہے، اللہ تعالیٰ کی مدد کی ضرورت ہے، وہ پتہ ہے کیا ہے؟ وہ ہے ہدایت. اسی لیے تو اگلی آیت آئی ہے اہدنا الصراط المستقیم. Again bringing a conscious to our minds about our connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, our nisbat with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ya Allah, I am muhtaj, I am faqir, I am helpless in guiding myself if you don't guide me. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. Ya Allah, we seek your help. یا اللہ ہم آپ سے مدد طلب کر رہے ہیں. کس چیز میں؟ ساری چیزوں میں. ہر چیز میں مدد چاہیے اللہ تعالیٰ کی، لیکن سب سے زیادہ ضروری چیز کہاں سے آئے گی؟ جو صرف اللہ کے پاس سے آئے گی اور کسی کے پاس سے نہیں آئے گی. ظاہری اعتبار سے تو مدد آپ کے ہاں سے بھی آ رہی ہے، ادھر سے بھی آ رہی ہے، وہ ہمارے ساتھی ہماری مدد کر رہے ہیں، ٹھیک ہے، یہ سب ظاہری ہے. پیچھے کون ہے؟ اللہ سبحانہ و تعالیٰ. لیکن جو ہدایت ہے نا، وہ صرف اور صرف اللہ تعالیٰ ہی کے ہاں سے آ سکتی ہے، صحیح ہدایت، اور کسی کے پاس سے نہیں آئے گی. ہدایت صرف اللہ کے پاس سے آئے گی. اس کے ذریعہ کوئی اور بن جائے گا، اس کا ذریعہ انبیاء علیہ السلام بنتے ہیں، اس کا ذریعہ جو ہے وہ تعلیمات نبوی بنتی ہیں، کلام اللہ بنتا ہے، اولیاء کرام بنتے ہیں، یہ اس قسم کی مجالس اس کا ذریعہ بنتی ہیں، قرآن پاک کی تلاوت بنتی ہے، نماز بنتی ہے، روزہ بنتا ہے اس کا ذریعہ. ٹھیک ہے، یہ ساری چیزیں ذریعہ بن جاتی ہیں. ہدایت کے آنے کے سارے ذرائع بنائے اللہ تعالیٰ نے. لیکن اصل ہدایت جو آئے گی نا، جو سب سے ضروری چیز ہے انسان کی زندگی میں، وہ ہے ہدایت، اور وہ صرف اللہ ہی کے پاس سے آئے گی. اسی لیے فوراً بعد ایاک نعبد و ایاک نستعین کے فوراً بعد یاد دلایا اہدنا الصراط المستقیم. یا اللہ ہمیں سیدھے راستے پر چلا دے. اب سیدھا راستہ کیا ہے بھائی؟ سیدھے راستے بہت سارے ہیں، سیدھے راستے بہت سارے. ہر آدمی کہتا ہے یہ سیدھا راستہ ہے، وہ بھی کہیں گے یہ بھی سیدھا راستہ ہے، وہ بھی کہیں گے یہ بھی سیدھا راستہ ہے. آج آپ یہاں سے احمد جانے کی کوشش کریں، میں آپ کو کہوں گا بیلی لے کے چلے جائیں، احمد پہنچ جائیں گے نا، ٹھیک ہے، احمد ہم چلے جائیں گے. دوسرا آدمی کہے گا نہیں بھائی 33 لے کر چلے جانا. تیسرا آدمی کہے گا بھائی 90 لے کر چلے جانا، 190 سے. کوئی آدمی غلط بھی بتا دے گا، لیکن اللہ سبحانہ و تعالی نے یہاں پر بتایا کہ راستہ، صحیح راستہ، سیدھا راستہ وہ ہے جن کے اوپر اللہ تعالیٰ نے انعام کیا ہے. اب یہاں پر انعام کے لیے بھی اللہ سبحانہ و تعالی نے یہ بات بتا دی کہ بندہ یہ کہے کہ اللہ تو نے ان کے اوپر انعام کیا ہے. فرق ہو گیا، دو گروپس بن گئے. ایک وہ گروپ جن کے اوپر انعام کیا گیا، انعمت علیہم. کون ہے وہ؟ قرآن نہیں بتا دیا، دوسری جگہوں میں اولئک الذین انعم اللہ علیہم من النبیین والصدیقین والشہداء والصالحین. یہ ہیں وہ لوگ جن کے اوپر اللہ تعالیٰ نے انعام کیا، انبیاء علیہم السلام، صدیقین، شہداء، صالحین. اور یہ دوستی کے لیے بڑے اچھے لوگ ہیں. وحسن اولئک رفیقا. دوسرا گروپ کون ہے؟ جن کے اوپر اللہ کا انعام نہیں ہوا. یہ بھی تو کنیکشن ہی کریٹ کر رہا ہے نا ہمارا. مجھے معلوم ہے کہ آپ کے پاس سے یہ چیز ملتی ہے تو میں آپ ہی سے تو کہوں گا بھائی ہمیں یار یہ پلیز مل سکتی ہے. آپ نے ان کو دی تھی، ہمیں بھی ان میں شامل کر لیں. تو جیسے ہی the word انعمت علیہم آیا، our connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala becomes even more stronger. Ya Allah, you are the one who has favored so many people. And there are certain groups, there are certain groups which have not received your favors. The group that has received your favors, which you have mentioned in another place, Ya Allah, guide me on the path of those people. And Ya Allah, don't put me on the path of those people who have not received your favors. غَيْرِ الْمَغْضُوبِ عَلَيْهِمْ وَلَا الضَّالِّينَ. آمین. بس اس کو یہیں پر ہی رکھتے ہیں. آمین سورہ فاتحہ کا حصہ نہیں ہے، لیکن کہنا چاہیے. ہمارے یہاں اس میں ذرا سستی پائی جاتی ہے، شاید میں اپنی بات کر رہا ہوں. آمین کہنا چاہیے. آمین نماز میں امام جب جہری نماز میں آمین کہتا ہے ولضالین کہتا ہے تو اس کے پیچھے مقتدیوں کو ہلکی آواز میں آمین، سرگوشی میں، وسپرنگ میں آمین کہنا چاہیے۔ حدیث میں اس کی فضیلت آئی ہے۔ آپ صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم نے فرمایا کہ جب امام ولضالین کہتا ہے تو فرشتے بھی اس کی آمین کے اوپر آمین کہتے ہیں، اور جو آدمی بھی اس وقت آمین کہے گا فرشتوں کی آمین کے ساتھ شامل ہو جائے گی اس کی آمین۔ تو اس میں ہمیں سستی نہیں کرنی چاہیے، زور سے نہیں کہنا چاہیے، لیکن بالکل ختم بھی نہیں کرنا چاہیے، بھولنا بھی نہیں چاہیے، اور دل میں بھی نہیں کہنا چاہیے، کیونکہ دل سے پڑھا ہوا وہ پڑھا شمار نہیں ہوتا۔ بھئی ایمان کیسے، کوئی آدمی مسلمان ہوتا تو کیسے مسلمان ہوتا ہے؟ اس کو کہہ دیتے ہیں بس دل میں تم کلمہ پڑھ لو، اس کو کیا کہتے ہیں؟ نہیں بھائی سامنے آؤ، سب کے سامنے ٹیسٹیفائی کرو، اشہد ان لا الہ الا اللہ بولو، زبان سے بھی بولو، اقرار باللسان و تصدیق بالقلب، اور قلب سے دل سے تصدیق بھی کرو۔ تو زبان سے پڑھنا، تلاوت کا ادا کرنا زبان سے کرنا ضروری ہے۔ آمین جو ہے وہ نماز میں اور نماز کے بعد بھی، سورہ فاتحہ کے بعد آمین کہنا چاہیے۔ وآخر دعوانا ان الحمد للہ رب العالمین۔